Siddhartha. You probably have read or heard of the famous book by Hermann Hesse, Siddhartha. I read it many, many years ago, probably when I was a kid, actually. So if my memory is a little bit hazy, please forgive me. But I believe there's one part in there where they said to him, what is like your greatest skill or your quality that you have? And he said, I can wait. And I want to talk a little bit about that. So waiting is like a superpower, one of the top superpowers, because there's perfect timing in everything. Like, I think in Christianity they call it grace or anointment or whatever. Like, there's some action that leads to great results, and there's some actions that just leads to wearing you out. When you try to do things like, in Christianity they say like in the flesh, or, it's kind of like mistaking activity for progress. Like some people are just running on a treadmill all day. They're huffing and puffing like crazy, but they're not getting anywhere. And other people are taking just, a few actions here and there. You do have to work hard and smart, but there's a lot of waiting in life. I mean, Dan Locke just had a video that came out that I love. He said the key to successful people is just not doing stupid things. You have to make a few smart moves, but the rest is just, what happens is most people sabotage themselves. Like Warren Buffett says that if you only had 10 trades in your whole life, you would focus on each one. And he keeps his schedule, free. If you look at his calendar, he's one of the richest people in the world. There's nothing there. 80% of his time is just on study. They say he reads 600 pages a day. What happens is I have a new podcast that says, not a new one, but a few months ago, it says learning is the new doing. What happens is we have to have a bias towards action because action produces results, but the world has changed. Now with the world of exponentials, people are moving around like crazy just in meaningless action because they don't understand, blockchain, or they don't understand artificial intelligence or robotics, all the things that are driving the world, nanotechnology, quantum computing, so it's kind of like now you have to, that's why online courses are so popular now, because people want to understand what's going on because the world is more complex. That's why I said we have like experts now and commentators. Like ESPN used to just report sports scores. That's what ESPN was. They don't really do that as much anymore. A little bit on SportsCenter, but most of the shows are about analysis, context. Context is the new oil. Context is the new gold, because in the world of information overload, the post-informational age, it's not what you know, it's what you can do with what you know. Because everybody knows a lot, because, there's YouTube and there's, cable, and there's, people, there's Instagram, and, everybody knows, there's Google News, there's so much information out there. It's people are awash in information. It's being able to action that information. So Siddhartha was really smart. I just did a podcast earlier this morning on confidence. Confidence, most people, true confidence is a quiet confidence, because if you're overly showy, overly demonstrative, it means you have something to prove. And if you have something to prove, it means that you're just compensating usually for the opposite. Like people that feel weak try to portray strength. People that just feel strong are just naturally strong and just kind of rest and confident and not strong. So, the key is just to take good care of your body, not wear yourself out. Take good care of your mind. Study, learn, be active, but don't just be running on a treadmill all day. Have focused action, focused attention. Naval, he says he's actually a little bit lazy, but when he works like very productively. And I think that, we're supposed to enjoy our life, not recklessly, but responsibly. And I think that, when we do things that make us feel good, then we can use the law of attraction to actually produce good things in our results. Results are produced by energy and frequency. Like if you study Bob Proctor, whatever you want is on a certain frequency in life. To get the thing that you want, you just have to move to that frequency, just like on a radio station. So if your action is out of desire, if your action is out of, Buddhism talks a lot about desire. If your action is out of desire, then it's a lack, and then you're on the frequency of lack. So you can never get from lack to lack of lack. You have to be happy first. That's why I did an episode on happy. It's the energy that you have already that brings about the things that correspond to that energy. So, like Siddhartha, he could wait. If you can wait and secure in the knowledge that what you have is already yours and it's unfolding, that's positive expectation. Positive expectation, like where you really feel it and believe it, not just say it, is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. There's a story in the Bible. I don't know exactly how to phrase it, but it goes something like, there was a healer that came to heal people, or healing waters. I forget which. I think maybe healing waters, or maybe a healer. I forget. But anyway, everyone was jumping into the pool to get healed, and one person was just sitting back who was like a cripple or a leper or something. And they said to the person, "You've been a leper or a cripple for like years and years and years. Why don't you jump into the pool?" He goes, "Well, the pool is very crowded." He goes, "Let the people who have less faith, get in there first, and then when they're done, I have more faith. I'll get in there afterwards." And that's kind of how it is. People are rushing around like crazy to put themselves number one. Everybody's cutting to be first. People that are more confident are just like, it's signal versus noise. All those people that are just running around crazy trying to prove things, posting on Instagram how great they are, how thin they are, how rich they are, how great food they have. Let those people go in the pool first. You can be like Siddhartha and just wait.